Hey, I'm back. What's good? It's been a minute. Life happens. YouTube takes a back burner, and it's not because I'm trying to disrespect anyone that watches these videos. It's for the sheer fact that the way I talk, and I haven't read the YouTube terms and services because I believe in free speech. So anything I say, it's what I think, it's how I feel, it's my opinion, and that's what this channel's about. Opinions. So if you can do me a favor and like the video, it helps the algorithm. Subscribing doesn't do as much from what I see, so just like the video. If you think the content's shit, share it with your friends and have a laugh. If you think it's good, share it with your friends and have a laugh. And if there's anything you think that I need to work on, just drop a comment down below and I'll probably see it. Yeah, so I'm not gonna begry YouTube to let me get my word out. I need you to help. I need the viewer to help. So like the video, share the video, help me get around these algorithms. And on that note, the only videos that I'm allowed to get traction with YouTube is any type of hate on BLM. So BLM sucks, and here's why. I for whatever reason, those videos people actually get to see, people click on. So I think I figured out what I'm gonna have to do to get y'all's attention. So BLM sucks, and here's why. They back Planned Parenthood, and we're just gonna go through this simple history once again because most of these people out here don't know what's really good about Planned Parenthood, especially in the Black community. So come with me, folks. We're gonna take a look at this good old.
We've been very good at getting heart, lung, liver, because we know that. So I'm not going to crush that part.
Recent videos released by the Center for Medical Progress.
Did you catch that? Let's back it up a little bit here. How do I do that?
I'm not going to crush that part.
She's not going to crush that part. We've been very good at getting heart, lung, liver because we know that. So I'm not going to crush that part. Know that what?
Because we know that. So I'm not going to crush that part.
Recent videos released by the Center for Medical Progress reveal Planned Parenthood's inhumane treatment of unborn children and its executives negotiating the sale of baby hearts, lungs, and livers.
Another boy, another boy.
How did we get to this point? To understand
Demons is how you get here. Sacrificing, similar to what they were doing in the Aztec, just blood rituals. There's an actual, there's a demon out there that has a specific name that all these babies are beholden to, and this is his wife right here.
Understand present-day Planned Parenthood, we should understand Margaret Sanger, Planned Parenthood's founder and hero.
Margaret Sanger was a big proponent of negative eugenics, which was the viewpoint that you should weed out unfit people from the bloodline. So that would be encouraging people not to procreate if they were unfit, feeble-minded, had any kind of mental illness, and that also included forced sterilization.
Words like unfit and feeble-minded were used to describe not only the poor and mentally ill, but also to describe African Americans.
Margaret Sanger stated that birth control is nothing more or less than the facilitation of the process of weeding out the unfit, of preventing the birth of defectives or of those who will become defectives.
So none of this is new to me. So you're not going to get some like raw, crazy, like, oh my God, this woman was racist. I'm brand new. I've been off the plantation for like 20 years. Okay. Like I'm just trying to show next man's out here what's really good. When they're up here playing with these birds and knocking them up and doing all this effery and dashing away all these bellies, they're playing right into Margaret Sanger's freaking playbook right here. Woman and the new race. She wasn't working for the best of the colored person, or as the woke class likes to call the POC. She wasn't on our side, and you guys are helping when you mess around with these little girls and then end up dashing away those kids, yo.
In 1921, Margaret Sanger founded the American Birth Control League. Its primary mission was to prevent uncontrolled procreation and establish a world program of birth control.
She states, knowledge of birth control is essentially moral. Its general, though prudent practice must lead to a higher individuality and ultimately to a cleaner race. Margaret Sanger stated that the most merciful thing that the large family does to one of its infant members is to kill it.
In 1939, Sanger wrote a letter to her
The most merciful thing that the large family does to one of its infant members is to kill it. This is not the first time I've heard this statement. Celebrities recently have said stuff like, if I didn't dash away this belly, I would never have been able to obtain an Oscar. Even young girls that are screaming at these colleges have said stuff like the best thing they could do for the child was to off it. Now, selfishness. They prey on the fact that these young girls are heavily, heavily selfish, and the only thing that they can see is, long nights, not being able to get, plowed at the bar, pick up a random off Tinder. So abortion has been used as basically birth control, and nobody's willing to talk about those facts. But again, Black Lives Matter supports BLM, and this woman here, Margaret, she wasn't about that.
Infant members is to kill it.
In 1939, Sanger wrote a letter to her eugenics colleague, Dr. Clarence Gamble, a member of the Birth Control Federation of America, in regards to setting up the Negro Project, a birth control clinic for African Americans.
She was speaking about serving what she
Ding,
called
ding, ding.
the Negro population. And in concluding this portion of the letter, she stated that we do not want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population. And the minister is the man who can straighten out that idea if it ever occurs to any of their more rebellious members.
Sanger believed that having an African American minister on staff would ease the suspicion.
African American populations were considered some of these unfit members that should be weeded out. So in this letter, she discusses.
They don't tell you this, right? This is, for some of you, probably the first time you're going to be hearing this. This is old news. Yeah, this is really old news. Okay, these guys all have Jordans on. They're not flashing no Gucci. Okay, look at what's going on. They've been trying to do this from time. Okay,
Is having African Americans serve other African Americans so they wouldn't be aware that they were seeking to terminate them, to exterminate them by the use of birth control and negative eugenics.
Sanger was quite fond of Dr. Ernst Ruden's work, director for the Society for Racial Hygiene. He would later go on to write Nazi Germany's sterilization laws. In 1933, she published his article, Eugenic Sterilization, an Urgent Need, which promoted programs to eliminate the unfit in order to create a super race. In the late 1930s and 40s, knowledge of Nazi atrocities made words like eugenics and population control unpopular in America. So in 1942, to distance itself in name, Margaret Sanger's American Birth Control
came
League
out
became
with Planned Parenthood.
They
Bop
weren't
bop.
just being established in the U.S.
So, same bullshit, different rapper. Okay, that's all they did. They took the stigmatized name off, plastered probably what went through one of those peer review groups. They sit there for months jerking each other off, trying to figure out what's a good name for this thing, and then they wrap it up in a nice little bow and hand it to the Black community.
It was global. A grim fact in American history was the forced sterilization of women in Puerto Rico. In 1936, sterilization programs spearheaded by the International Planned Parenthood Federation, with funding from the U.S. government, sterilized 1/3 of Puerto Rican women by 1968.
Wow.
Making it the highest proportion of
Wow.
childbearing age persons sterilized in the world. And today,
Planned Parenthood facilities are generally located in low-income areas, which are heavily populated with minorities, and a lot of times they seek to reach those minorities to help them with reproductive rights, they say, with birth control and largely abortion.
Independent studies have
Yep. So it's like, oh, you have a baby, oh, you're pregnant, and you don't want it. Come on down, little black girl. You can dash away that belly. Don't worry about it. We're gonna take those stem cells and we're gonna put them to good use. But you don't need them. You don't need that life. None of that.
concluded that nearly 80% of Planned Parenthood facilities are set up in minority communities.
Facts.
It's no wonder abortion is the leading cause of death among African Americans, higher than all other causes combined.
Leading cause of death. There's the merchant. She started this way back. Again, she don't got Jordans on. She don't got no Gucci. That is some real fur and feathers. So the bitch was fly, you know what I'm saying? And her plan is what's good right now. She's a dashway queen.
Mounting evidence against Planned Parenthood's beginning to today continues to fuel public outcry.
The American people should seek to immediately defund Planned Parenthood so that our own tax dollars don't go to support this organization who has been exposed to be lying to the American people for many years, for committing these egregious acts against the youngest children among us. They should be immediately defunded.
100. All right, so that's what's really good. And nobody's talking about this. My community doesn't know this. Not the Ashy community. The brown, the guys that raise the paws like this. This is only because I garden and your hands get in the dirt and wash so many times. Like I can't be putting on lotion every 2 seconds. Okay, it's just I'm not doing it. So call me Ashy Larry, whatever you want to call me. I don't give a damn. But yeah, Planned Parenthood, it's baby killers 100. But especially black babies and babies of color. The facts are out there. I've done the homework. I've done the heavy lifting. So I'm making these videos. Please like, share, subscribe. The likes help me beat the algorithm. They don't want mans like me talking like I talk, telling mans the real deal. Okay, so help out with the liking and sharing. If you don't like the content, share it with your friends so you can laugh. If you like the content, share it with your friends and drop a comment down below how it can get better. But for the most part, it's going to be raw and uncut. This is Bear News. I'm out.